Hello students, welcome to Sai Ram English classes. And today we will read the second part of the poem An Elementary Classroom in a Slum. In the first part of this poem, we have read about a classroom which is situated in slum area and is totally neglected by the basic facilities of a normal classroom. And the students who are studying there, they are living a very pathetic and miserable life. Now we will read the third stanza of the poem. Surely Shakespeare is wicked, the map a bad example, with ships and sun and love tempting them to steal. The poet is saying here that these children's life in slum area are full of so many hardship that they feel every other person to be their enemy. For them, Shakespeare is also a wicked person, an enemy or an evil person because and that's why they're not showing any interest in his picture nor the word does them any good for these children. The map is a bad example. The map is a also not a good thing for these children because the word which is shown in the map is full of attraction, beautiful ships, the warmth of the sun and love are shown, but these things are um, totally not present in their life, and that's why they now try to entice them. Now these things enticing them, tempting मतलब enticing them, प्रलोभित कर रही है them to steal these things. Sometimes the situations are there in our life when we don't have something, we try to snatch these things from the other people, in the same feeling they are having, these children are having in their life. For lives that slyly torn in their cramped holes. Slyly means secretly, cramped matlab narrow, holes is used for lair or home. They are living their life artfully or secretly in their cramped holes. It means they are not noticed by anyone. Nobody knows them in their cramped holes, and they are somehow they are managing their to live in that narrow holes because these rooms are very congested and the family members are more there, but somehow they are trying to adjust, but now they want to run away from these type of situation, from fog to endless night, and they are seeing that their life is not meaningful there, and there is no end of this kind of life. This life starts from the fog of uncertainty and ends with their death. It means that their future is full of darkness. On their slag heap. Slag means waste material. It means pile. These children wander on the slag of heap, on the heap of waste. They play there, they roam there on these waste, on the heap of these type of waste material. Where skins peeped through by bones. It means that their skin is, one can easily see their skin through their bones. They are so lean and thin that we can easily see their bones through the layer of the skin, and this their skin is like a thin layer of cloth, and the bones beneath are easily visible through this skin and spectacle of steel. And why they are so lean and thin? Because that is a result of malnutrition. They are not getting proper food to eat. They are not getting proper nutrition by anybody. Spectacles of steel. They wear spectacles which are made of steel. These spectacles are very cheap and uncomfortable. The lenses of these spectacles are also repaired. Maybe they have got these lenses, these spectacles from the heap of waste and mended them by the bits of water glass. We can say that these glasses, as the glasses are broken of these spectacles, in same way their dreams are also broken by the society. All of their time and space are foggy slum, and all of their time and space is spent in those dirty and foggy slums. Every time they remain there, they have not seen the outward life. These slums are living hells, and in this situation, they are living. They are equal to hell. They are blots on the world of rich and the great people. एक जो रिच और जो ग्रेट पीपल है उनकी दुनिया पे ये एक कलंक के समान है, भद्दे दाग के समान है. As big as dome, and as these slums are getting bigger, they will destroy the future of these children, and it will be very difficult to save or escape from them from these kind of life. Now we come to the next stanza. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. Catacombs means underground graves. Underground graves. Brick or break open till they break the town and show the children to green fields and make their world. The poet is saying here that there is no coordination between the map of the civilized world and the world of the children who are which life they are living there. That's why the poet says that governor, teacher, inspector, and visitors must bridge this gap. Abridge means they must have to fill this gap. They must peep into the world of citizens who are living in the slums. He urged them, he requests them to change the life of these kids and make the world map reality for them. कि उनके लिए जो मैप में जो वर्ड है, this word should be real for them. The unsuitable environment of the slums has shut all their gates to progress. They are lying shut like the underground graves. They are living that kind of life as we see that we know that the underground graves are there in the under the ground, but we are not familiar by them who are living there, whose dead bodies underground. In same way, their life is locked in these slums. The poet is again giving pressure, break or break. It means here he is giving pressure that these obstacles, these type of situation should be broken, and we should help. Society should come there to help these children to fulfill their dreams. And if anything that can bind them or control them, they should also be broken. They must be allowed to breathe in the open air and show the children to green field and make their world run azure on gold sands and let their tongues run naked into books. The white and green leaves open history, their whose language is the sun. The poet is saying there that these children should be taken away from the darkness of their present to a bright future. It means which type of condition they are living now in present. They are like darkness in their life, and they should be these life converted should be into a bright future by which they can get a bright future in their life. He wants these kids to experience the sand and the beauty of the nature, as this will lead to a desire of gaining knowledge. And if they have got knowledge, they will be free to express themselves without any control, without any fear. They will then go through the white and green leaves. White green leaves means here books, and the green leaves means nature. If they get knowledge, the poet is trying to say that they will be familiar with the knowledge and the nature both. Here again he says that only those people make and create history who have the warmth and the strength of the sun. Now we will talk about the literary device used in the poem. First one is simile, like rootless wits, like bottle, bits on stones, windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. In these lines, we are seeing that there is a use of like, and where is the use of like and as. Where is the comparison of the between the things, or by the use of like and as there is simile. Alliteration. Every Shakespeare from alliteration means alliteration means repetition of consonant sound. Surely Shakespeare. Here we are seeing the use of S from fog. F is repeated there. Bottle beds. B is repeated there. Leaves like. LL is repeated there in both lines. Repetition means repetition of words. Far, far from gusty waves. Here far, far is repeated there. Again in the line far, far. And break or break. In this line break is repeated again. Imagery. Imagery is used in this line. Weighed down, burdened with the weight of poverty and hopelessness. I hope you have understood the poem, and if you understand the poem, then please like and subscribe the channel. Thank you.